Hi everybody, it's Wendy. I'm a fine artist and owner at Gallery 840. I just want to bring you a few art at home projects that you can do for Live at 5 with Strata. We're going to use some supplies that you probably already have in your house, so let's get started. Let me swing this down and see what we can do here. All right, so we're going to start. One thing you're going to need is some leftover coffee. So I've used a egg carton, and I've got regular coffee, tea, and also some instant coffee like Via or Folgers or something like that. And you want to make different strengths, so really pale, really light, medium, and really dark, which is also going to be a little thick, but we'll be using those in a little bit. You're going to need some kind of paper. Watercolor paper is probably the best. It will absorb the paints and turn out and not fall apart. You're going to need a mug to look at, a little glass of water, so you can recycle like a peanut butter jar or a mason jar. And if you have watercolors, you could use those as well. I have a little set here that I'll come back to, and then also a paper towel. Of course, you need a brush and a pencil, and let's get started. So we want to look at the shape of the mug, and when we're drawing that, we're going to start first with an oval for the top and the rim. And you can make it a little sketchy, so you can go light and come back, and then double that rim on the back side, maybe double that on the front, so you have the highlights. My mug is straight on the side, so I'm going to come down straight, curve around. Remember, it should be curved on the bottom and oval on the top because you're looking down at it. Depends on the angle, but you're going to be able to see into the cup, and then also that it's sitting on a surface and you're not looking at it straight on. So we've got a handle, whatever shape yours has, and then we want to put an edge for our table somewhere below the handle, parallel or perpendicular to the bottom of your paper. And inside your coffee mug, you are going to replicate the curve of the rim for the edge of the coffee itself. So I'll show you that a little bit closer. I'm just working on top of a piece of cardboard. You could actually paint on the cardboard if you need to. Then I have my brush. I'm going to start by wetting the entire back of the paper. That will help the paint to blend a little bit more. When I say paint, I'm referring to our coffee, liquid coffee. Be careful around the edges, because wherever it's wet, the paint will blend. Just want to make it so that it can blend wet on wet. And then I'm going to dip into my coffee paint. I'm going to use the lighter color here for the background. See how it blends and just kind of spreads out. So you don't have to be as precise with putting it down because the water carries it into the other areas. But you do want to spread it out a little bit so that you make sure you cover everything. All right. Don't forget to do inside the handle as well. And then we're also going to do the ground. I'm going to pick a little bit darker for the ground or the table. And remember, the light is probably coming from one side, so we're going to pick the right side for the light and make that a little bit lighter on the table. Shadow going to the left. And we're going to paint inside the coffee itself with our really dark color. And then I'm going to set that aside because those sections need to dry before you paint the mug itself. So let's just talk a little bit about that on a different piece of paper. So with your coffee mug, you want to go from dark to light or light to dark. So let's start with light on this side, on the right hand side. We're going to blend over a little bit darker in the middle and even darker on the left hand side. If you put this coffee paint right next to your background, it will bleed because it would be wet on wet. So we wanted to keep those separate. So you'll need to let that first section dry before you come back and paint the mug. Or you can start with the mug, whichever works for you. You also want to do inside of the rim. Remember, you're going to go, this time you're going to go light to dark, so the darker is on the right hand side, inside the shadowed edge. And I might just put a little bit of darkness over here. Just make it look like it's going back in space. You can always pull up some of your color with a damp brush and wipe it off on a paper towel. All right, so there we've got our coffee mug, our coffee background, and we're going to combine them together. I'll just show you one that I already have done. So we've got the mug going from dark to light, and I'm going to darken that up just a little bit. And if you have watercolors, you can maybe make a little bit of variation in the background, a little bit of blue, a little bit of something else, just to give it a little variation from the brown overall. So do that. And we're also going to darken up our coffee itself. I just added a little bit of blue to my brown to make it darker, but if your coffee has a lot of cream in it, you probably won't want to do that. So here we go. And then we can use a Sharpie and add the word cafe or coffee or latte. Just use your best handwriting. Make sure this background is dry before you add that. You can double your lines, fill in those lines to make like a faux calligraphy. Permanent marker will be the best. And there you have a nice little piece of art. Didn't really take a lot of time. If you wind up with blooming paint, just take your brush and lightly brush over that. Find a spot to hang that and enjoy. And if you haven't followed us on Facebook or Instagram, we hope to see you as our new followers on Gallery 840. And when we open up back again, we hope to see you in the shop. All right, talk to you later. Bye.